Welcome. I'm Johnita Stanton. We have Reginald Perryman and Shaka Williams. We are TSARE. This is There's Something About Real Estate podcast where we talk all things real estate. And tonight we have with us Mr. Elijah Cook.
What up? What up,
though?
What's going on?
What's going on?
Finally got you back on the show after.
Mama, I made it.
He had two episodes that we didn't really.
I've been on a few.
Get together.
Yeah. Well, he be here hanging out, and then he had an episode that somehow got completely deleted.
Oh yeah.
So it was like he wasn't here. Yeah. I mean, he's been here.
Yeah,
but he's like always our special guest.
I was the rated R episode.
That was a co-op agent you pissed off.
Yeah.
So what's been going on? How's the week been? What's this Friday? What y'all been doing? Yeah,
Friday before Thanksgiving.
Oh my
It
goodness.
is grinding. That's the only thing we can do.
For sure.
Making it happen.
All right, Elijah, tell us a little bit about yourself. How'd you get here? But not the full story.
Oh, you
of,
want me to tell you which way I drove?
Right.
I sum it up real fast. Background in property management for 15 years prior to real estate. Went from apartment, maintenance and apartment supervisor up to commercial. Once I got to commercial, next thing I know, I had to get into the real estate game. Being a commercial property manager is way different from being in apartment and residential property management. So I seen the suits and the money, and I was like, oh, this is right up my alley.
Right.
Yeah, the next thing I know, I went and took the test, and hour and a half later from taking the test, I was here. Took the test one time, by the way.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, you good.
I took it like 12.
No,
Yeah, I'm
because he
bragging.
forgetting something big. But go ahead.
What's that? Go ahead, remind me. I'm old.
You HVAC.
I mean, I got a background. I mean, you want me to tell everything? Yeah, so I tell everything. I mean, I got a background in HVAC. I've been doing that for my son to be 21, so 21 years. Yep.
Cool.
So, that helped me, with the property management. I got a lot of leadership skills that helped me, if you know me, So, but yeah, now I'm here. Yeah.
But you took the test at one time.
Yep, took the test.
Hold on. Don't be making these people
don't
feel
stop.
bad. Don't be making these people feel
I'm
bad.
not.
Hey, look,
Take that test till y'all pass it, man. Don't let them make y'all feel bad.
I'm bragging on me.
Look,
No.
I only know Elijah makes 7 in 30 years. I only know 7 people that passed the test their first time.
And it was in an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't know about an hour.
No, I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know how long it took me.
When I hit that button and it was like, I think it didn't tell you, I forgot how it went. It don't tell you if you fail it tell you if you fail, but it don't tell you if you pass.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, something ain't right. So you got to get up and walk around that wall. And I'm like, man, she about to be like, yeah, you got to sit your ass back down or something. She's like, you passed. And I was like, oh, I'm out. Yeah.
Right.
Out of here.
That's the new version. What year was that?
Man, it's my 5-year mark right now. This month makes 5 years me
Oh,
license.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yep,
sweet. That ain't how it was when I took the test.
November 18th will be my 5-year mark.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Which
Congratulations.
That's tomorrow, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got to do like a 5-year birthday. I'm
Well,
definitely doing my 21st birthday
This
this year.
pre-recorded,
It's
so
happening.
when this come out, it won't be the 18th, but
Yeah.
it's the 18th.
All right.
Sweet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I do want to talk about, before we start getting into some of the other things, you're probably like Mr. Popular around here. What do you think attributes to that part of who you are?
I mean, I'm not afraid to talk to anybody. I would talk to anybody. You
Facts.
drop me right in the center of a crowd, and I'm gonna make it work. So and that's just always been my thing. I was always told not to be the smartest person in the room, and if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. So I'm gonna meet everybody. I'm gonna introduce myself to everybody, and go from there. And it opened up a lot of doors for me.
Okay.
When we had every time, so we had Keller family reunion or what's the other one in Texas?
Mega
He'd be like, I got 1,000 contacts
No,
and
but
50 leads.
hold up, but
My pipeline full.
he talking to everybody. I mean, Reggie,
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
know Reggie because they already know you, right?
Right.
But Elijah being there talking, he knowing everybody in there.
Yeah.
Like,
They
for real.
one time they came up to me, they was like, where you from? I was like, Detroit. They was like, oh, you with the dude with the purple suit?
Yeah, with the purple suit. All right,
Yeah.
okay, I'm about to squirrel again. I'm sorry, y'all.
That's cool.
So I just read this post, and they were talking about who has the better fashion, Detroit or New York.
Oh, that's no
Oh,
question.
that's
Detroit, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not even a question.
Yeah,
We're gonna repeat
Detroit.
that again. Say it again so they can hear you
Who
over
got
here.
the better fashion?
Detroit.
Okay.
Detroit.
What up, though?
We got more than Al Wassam and Pelly's and Yates.
Man.
We got a lot of fashion.
Somebody was like, what y'all known for? Jabos and Tims? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, he's from New York. Right?
Yeah. I had, when you see them threads like that on social media, you have to read the comments.
Yeah, I
So
always
had
read
to
the
go
comments.
through
You
and
get
read the
addicted
comments
reading
to
those
see what
comments,
everybody
man.
was saying.
Oh,
Comments
yeah.
be hilarious.
Yeah. But no, back to it. So, okay. So you got your start in property management. You feel like you're a skilled HVAC person. And so let's talk about how the business has been over the last 5 years, like in terms of like your progress and growth and everything.
It's been amazing. It's been great. My first year, I was dual career for the first 2 years. Year and a half because COVID happened and just like everything just kind of stopped. But I was dual career, but I was fortunate to have a job to where I had a lot of freedom. So it was dual career, but it wasn't. So my job, by me having as much freedom as I had, it helped me excel in real estate super fast. But it was great. I'm a hustler. So, once I got that license, it wasn't no stopping me.
So how did the pandemic and shutdown and all that affect the your 9 to 5, basically, quote unquote?
It did and it didn't. My 9 to 5, I was in the commercial real estate field. That particular company I was working for, like I said, we had a lot of freedom. So it slowed us down, but they were commercial real estate agents and they were investors as well. So they got nervous. When COVID happened, they was like, they seen it coming.
Can we say that?
Yeah, huh?
You said we can't say that.
Yeah.
The C word.
We said it now.
Right, you said it 5 times. No.
What the word?
No,
Yep. We're gonna backtrack. No, just
When
but
shutdown.
yeah, but when it happened, they got nervous and they started, letting some of those buildings go. I mean, I kind of knew it. I seen it coming. It's funny because I was actually on a heating and cooling job while I was at work, and I got the call from one of my supervisors like, "Hey, check your email." Like, what? I checked the email. He let me know. I'm like, you could have said that over the phone,
That's an emergency. There's no time to check.
But he called me back. He's like, I wanted you to read it first. He was real cool, and I mean, they set me. They gave They set me off real nice. He
checked the email like they was letting you go?
Yeah. They let us all
okay.
go. But I walked away with that, and I was like, it was no question after that.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I'm not mistaken, I kind of the next 30 days I kind of just winged it. Like I ain't going back to work right now. And then I was with a different company, and I had this dream one night. I never forget. It was a Sunday. No, it was a Saturday. I had this dream, like, man, it's time for me to make a switch. It's time for me to excel in my game,
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm going to call Reg. I was in my driveway cleaning out my car. I'm going to call Reg. And guess who just happened to pull up in my driveway?
Mm-hmm.
It was Reg. That Sunday, I told him, I was like, look, man, I was thinking about making the switch. I think Monday I came over there, sat with Reg. I didn't even have to sit with him because my mind was made up.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, yo, other brokers suck. No.
Yeah. So it's funny you say. I'm gonna touch on that too. Tuesday I signed up. Before you know it, I was on and rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But the backtrack real fast. This guy's been training me and coaching me. Ever since I first got licensed. I remember when I first got licensed, I called him, "License, man. I'm about to come over there and interview with you." Interview with him. It wasn't the right fit at the time for me. Went to another brokerage who promised all these bells and whistles and. Man, it wasn't nowhere near it. I found myself training new agents, and I was still a new agent.
Right.
What's the bells and whistles that you feel like are, as far as like that's not, that brokerages promise people them, but it doesn't actually like pan out like that?
So this particular brokerage, I didn't have any monthly fees. I had supposedly all of the top education and the websites and.
For free.
Man, for free, He's like, we doing your headshots, man. I promise you, we took a headshot in a closet. They had this black on the blue sheet. It wasn't
that car was horrible.
Yeah. No. So that wasn't even theirs.
Oh, it wasn't?
No, mine that came from in my house. My son in his bedroom, he had a blue wall. I put a blazer on. A shirt, tie, blazer. That was it. And some hoop shorts. I was like, man, gotta be better than what they get. Yeah, to this day, man, like I look at that first picture, like, man, that's, that was crazy. It, man. But I did that. I stayed there for a minute. I capped. Never really knew the broker. He walk past. I met him. One day we started talking about cars. He had a nice car,
right.
And he heard me mention car, and that was like the real first time we ever talked. But that was it, man. And I was like, yeah, this ain't for me. So then I went to another brokerage, and they were cool. You know, the numbers was right. They said they had all the training. It was a upgrade from where I came from, but it wasn't for me either.
So what do you feel like is like the difference though? So you left those two brokerages and now you feel pretty satisfied at Keller Williams.
Yeah, I'm really satisfied. I mean, I see the light. You know, like
What's the light though?
education,
Is it Kool-Aid?
support. I mean, yeah. I mean, I like Kool-Aid too, man. You know, fruit punch is one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what I mean? Like, is that a real thing? Like, do people go over to Keller Williams and drink the red Kool-Aid and now they're stuck there and then it's like eternal abyss of Keller Williamsness? Or is there actually a real thing that changes?
So for me, I'm speaking for me, you know, because I think everybody is different. But for me, I got to Keller Williams and I was like, oh, this is different. And first day I was there, and it was still, I don't know if we can say that word, it was still in the midst of the shutdown in a way, you know. Right. People were walking in, introducing themselves, like, hey, I'm here to support you. You know, if you need anything, let me know. And I'm like, yeah, okay. But they were for real. Mm-hmm. Like, they were really, really for real. Like, they were here to support me and hold my hands. The education, I'm like, y'all give all this for free? Like, I mean, and I was really shocked. Like, I was overwhelmed. Like, I'm getting all of this and I can use all of this for free, you know. Like, it's got to be a catch. Well, you know, like,
it's paying your board.
I mean, you got dues and stuff like that, but it was. I mean, it's a calendar.
It's nominal.
Yeah, definitely. Right. We got a calendar and it's full. Yeah. Right. I can go to any one of these classes anytime I want to, or I can go to any one of these people in this office and ask a question, and you guys are willing to talk to me. And we got people on different levels. You know, we got multi-millionaire agents, you know what I'm saying, builders, you name it. We got Reg, you know, we got, you know, I mean, I'm still overwhelmed, you know, but it's funny because now I turned into one of those people.
Yeah, you got to kind of hide out. Like, I went into the office last week and was like, okay, I got to stay away another week because I spent my whole time training somebody.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on. But, you know, there's gratification that comes from it. Yeah. You know, happy to do it, but you can definitely, I mean, it's
you can get overwhelmed.
Yeah, you can get overwhelmed. But it still is nice, though, to have to be able to extend that to others.
Yeah.
So it's part that most agents struggle with finding a broker. So that first broker is very important. But once you get established, I can say it's probably not as important where you go. Because an established agent that knows the business, that know how to get business, and that has some structure, they can go to any company and be successful.
I agree.
But there are some companies that support your type of business more. So like if you're big on tech, you got some brokerages that's heavy on tech. You know, you got some brokerages, they just got a luxury brand or a boutique brand for just that small city or area. So you have to be more mindful of where you choose to go. But overall, you're making your decision based on, like he said, he came over, he seen the training that was important to him at the time.
No, that ain't what he said. He said he seen Reggie, and Reggie was important.
Well, I mean, that's important too, but that falls under the mentorship because I was helping him before he was there.
That's what I said. That still falls under training. Like, I mean, you know, with me, like Keller Williams, you know, before I came to Keller Williams, I heard all of this things about Keller Williams. Don't go to Keller Williams. And I'm like, I remember I had a conversation with somebody, you can't pay me to go.
Right.
And then I'm like, hold on, man. Like, let me reevaluate this real fast. Like, why are they, you know, why? I mean, because I was where the people that was telling me not to go, I was already there. And I was kind of like dual career. And I'm like, this ain't where I want to be. So I'm like, there's a difference. So I started like stalking people like Keller Williams. And before I knew it, I'm like, yeah, let me make the switch.
Right.
It made it easier because Reg was there. Right. And that was one of the, I told him, I was like, I'm coming here for you. You know, I joined this team and I need to sit next to you. I want to know everything. I want to know how you deal with this problem. I want to know how you deal with your marital problems, everything. I'm dead ass serious. Right. Like, I want to know everything. I mean, I was literally sitting right next to him. Like, I want to know everything. And, you know, and I feel like I got that. You know, like, I probably got on this damn nerve a few times.
Right. All agents do.
It was a good trade-off.
No, it's something about now. And you can pick a company, but you got to keep in mind every office don't have the same culture, don't have the same makeup of people. So your experience at one office in a franchise may be completely different at another one.
Right.
Right. So I just tell people, even if you stuck on a franchise, interview with a few different offices within that area, because it can be completely different. That can be night and day too.
I mean, I agree. That's why I'm there. I could care less about a brokerage or a name brand brokerage or a large brokerage. But that particular location has always spoke to me, just regardless, like passing by there or stopping in there.
Yeah.
It's an atmosphere that I think is fairly inviting.
Yeah.
You know, I think you have when you're in the office all the time, you're gonna have your internal flaws with people getting to know each other and growing close and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you can't avoid like office stuff,
It's
but
human nature.
I think that that particular location is family oriented.
I agree. I only been to maybe 2 or 3 other ones. Yeah, and it's a difference.
Yeah.
The reason I'm with Keller Williams is different than all y'all. So I'm only there
for
because
me.
it's similar there, right? Right. It's similar. Huh?
He came because of Janita.
Yeah.
No, Janita actually came because of me. She didn't want to come to Keller Williams. But no, so it was similar to what Elijah said. So when we went to family reunion, like you said, you see different agents. I'm talking about selling 60 million, 100 million in sales, and like you said, those people are tangible,
Right.
And they will tell you exactly how they did it,
Yeah.
right.
So
when you say established, I guess there's levels to established, right?
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying. So everybody can't go to some of these other brokerages and find people that's selling 60 to 100 million in sales and be
Or
able to
even
talk to
5
that
or
person.
10 million.
Yeah, but look, we had somebody this was somebody that Janita knew, but
Right.
she was all the way in another state calling in, like attempting to coach us. You know what I mean? She didn't know me from nowhere.
Because that's when y'all was trying to structure y'all team.
Yeah.
What's her name from y'all ladies group?
We need to bring her in here.
Yeah.
That was we met her at last year. Was it last year?
Yeah.
We were at dinner. Weren't we?
No,
Nah.
she was actually in Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Okay.
I can't think of her name right now.
Yeah, but it's crazy though, because she was taking her time out of her day to
Right.
call to Michigan to help us, to coach us on stuff
Right.
that,
Family reunion changed
you know
my
what I
life.
mean? It's like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's what
I had a few people that I've kept up with. She's one of them. There's a guy out in Virginia where he's licensed in several different states, and he has a few teams. And then there's another young lady that's out in California who's helped out tremendously with some of my marketing stuff, because a lot of things that I'm doing right now is not necessarily
Here.
in this area specific.
Yeah.
And so network is crazy.
That's the big thing about Keller Williams.
And they can't, like the reach out is ridiculous. The girl in California, like the way she be touching me, I'd be like, how do you do that? Like, and why are you calling me? And why do you like me?
Right.
It's something about so any
thank
company
you.
you go to, especially like a franchise, most franchises have, whether it's EXP, Remax, they have their conferences. But what I realize is only a small percentage of agents take advantage to go into those conferences, because most of those, you're going to have a similar experience in a network. Ours is better, but you're going to have that similar experience and network of people. But if you don't take advantage of it, you're not going to even see that. It's something different when you doing maybe 2 or 3 million a year, and then it's somebody in your office doing 5, it's somebody doing 10, somebody doing 30.
Yeah.
Now, you don't just get to think about the levels, you get to actually see proof of concept. Oh, I could do this. And you actually might be smarter than them. You just had never took those steps to get there or put in the work. So that was, when I came, that was my reason, because I was like, wait a minute, he did what? You know what I'm saying? I've been in the business longer. I'm smarter. I look better. I'm faster. I'm stronger. You know,
Right.
But
That's
no,
what,
you just feel
Feel
like
like you the
that's what
superior
Justin was
person.
talking about in
Yeah.
the class.
Stakeholders.
Yeah, he was not stakeholders. The
Oh, the
business planning clinic.
class. Yeah.
Yeah.
He basically, because he was talking about Mark King, and he was like, he's not any better than anybody necessarily.
Yep.
It's his practices that have him highly established.
yeah.
$200K in residual
And
income.
Yeah.
I will
Wow.
say, for me, that's one of the things that I take away as well, because sometimes I'm sitting in a room with all these $1 million producers and things like that. And I'd be looking at them like, okay, well, what's the difference? And then I can reach over and touch him. Okay, I can touch him, and he's human. And then, like you said, I know they don't necessarily look better than me, but so if they can do it, I definitely can. And there's this like, and I don't know if you ever got into it, but I know Reggie had to. When you're doing business for a certain amount of time and you're in this like microcosm of like Southeast Michigan, Southfield, Oak Park, Detroit, and I don't know that you have enough wherewithal to really understand what you can reach to when you don't like get outside of that.
Yeah. So like, I know it. We talked about it too, and like Gary, a few other people in the office. So somebody made the comment one day, oh yeah, this Reggie's team, they're like the Detroit team, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, no, have you seen a map of where we sell at? Like we got deals in Lake Orion, we got deals in Grand Blanc, you know what I'm saying? Gross Eel, like he sold a property up in Lansing, like
I go wherever.
You kind of get stuck. You know, you do a lot of business in one area, but you do have to I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because you can kind of get pigeonholed or whatever.
But you can also pigeonhole yourself if you don't get out to understand that it's a little bit more out here, too.
Yeah. Right.
I'm about to scroll one more time. So, business clinic meeting. Yeah. Did you hear when the young lady was like, oh, yeah, you know, I've been doing most of my business in Detroit. And I really just want to do like $500,000 plus, so I really need to get out of Detroit. I'm like,
man,
I just called $600,000.
But it was the reason why I sat in the back. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was like, "What's that mean?" Yeah, I heard it. I was like, "Yeah." I was hoping she would just. I was like, "Don't keep talking."
Yeah. So these conversations don't mean that Detroit can't be lucrative for us. It's just more so, it's about, I think, understanding like price point and levels of business that you can go to.
Yeah.
And when you kind of doing business by yourself all the time and you're in a hole, you can't necessarily like experience all of what the world has to offer as far as real estate is concerned.
Yeah. I ain't scared though. I go wherever. Like you said, Lansing. I've been in Richmond. I've been Flat Rock, Monroe area. I want to make my name and my presence known. So, you know, they be like, Elijah, what the hell was you doing up at a campground? I just sold it, you know? like,
I'll be referring that out.
Yeah, like, I mean, if it don't take me a tank of gas to get there, I'm good. I'm going to do it, you know? So,
so you came into Keller Williams and decided to join the team?
Yep.
Why?
Like I said, I needed to be, it wasn't a team, it was Reggie's team, you know, to be exact, you know, and want to throw that disclaimer out there, you know, it ain't, you know, like I was honored because I asked him. I didn't know that he just don't pick anybody to be on his team, like, you know.
Out of it,
so I had to live up to the hype, you know. But also you got to remember too, like years prior to that, I was following him. I was at his classes he did at WC3. I think I called Reggie in the middle of the night to help me with a PA, and I was with a whole different brokerage. You know, he helped me through it. You know, so
brokers suck.
Yeah, but it was Reggie's team. I was like, I need to, you know, I elevate my game, and in order for me to do that, I need to be right next to him. You know, and he gave me the pass to do it, and I was like, I'm gonna do it, and I ain't gonna look back, and I haven't looked back. I think my first couple months we won that. I had 22 listings.
Yeah, he was killing it. He was like, man, I ain't never. I wasn't a listing agent. Everybody come on my team and be like, I ain't no listing agent. But you are now.
Yeah, I just picked up the phones and did what I just did it. You know.
So now what?
I'm still doing it. Yeah.
So, let's talk about that though real quick because I know where you're going, but we got to step. So different brokers have commission split models, right? So you have some that have a capping model, meaning you earn this amount, it's a split, and then at a certain point, the agent keeps 100% of their money. Right? But when you join a team, you're splitting with the team and the brokerage.
Yeah.
So it has to be a value add for the agent to say, okay, I'm going to split this money up even more.
Yep.
So what he was saying was he's seeing value in that. Everybody don't see value in that. Like, I ain't split my money.
That's exactly what it was.
But you can make a lot more money being on a team, and you have systems and support where you're doing less work.
Yep. Yeah. So I'll give you an example. Like the brokers I left to come here, they were one of those brokers that they only took a certain dollar amount out of each deal. So, you know, me doing a a $300,000 deal, that was a nice check because they were only taking $500 out of each deal, and that was cool. I didn't care about that. I was like, I need to invest. I need to invest in myself, and which way to do it. The best way to do it is join his team. After he sent over the team agreement, I read it. I was like, all right. I remember my wife like, you read that? I was like, I read it. I'm good. I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And
an investment.
Yeah, it was an investment. It was one of the best investments I ever made. And I don't look back.
So we learned that in you and Janita went to Ohio for a class. About what was it about leverage?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep, leverage.
And about allowing the individual to grow. So basically, he gonna push Reggie to grow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We had them talks.
And
before.
he did.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he made me switch my team meetings.
Right.
Oh yeah, because
I
it
was
was
doing
once a month.
And he was like, we should do team meetings every week.
But not
I was
just
like,
that. But even like you said, just him. You know.
Yeah.
I remember him saying something like, "You didn't really want to grow your
I was
team."
about to say
at the
that.
time,
No,
right?
Yeah, I was
You
like,
couldn't
let me
pay him
just-
to grow that team, man.
But then, all right, I'll grow the team as long as you take on the some of the responsibility.
I didn't
Yeah,
have gray
you know
hair.
what
I
I'm
should have been taking the hit.
But
He tried to warn me.
Yeah.
Nah, but it was cool, man. It was a good feeling to see a lot of agents. Like we haven't had a lot of agents on the team, but it's good to see them grow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so now what?
So
Next
when you
is
say
my
now,
question.
what do you mean?
No, okay, so you're no longer on the team, correct?
No, nope. I left the team end of August. I went solo.
That's so rude.
He
Yeah.
sound like Ice Cube.
He left
don't
you.
Yeah.
he? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So did y'all have to sign divorce papers or anything? Was there attorneys and
No.
courts
No.
involved?
So I mean, I didn't just.
Everybody, people only leave my team one or two ways:
Yeah.
out the window, out the door. No,
Yeah. And I didn't just like wake up and say I'm leaving. I think I gave him like almost 6 months before that, like I'm thinking about leaving. So he knew it was coming, and I wasn't just waking up like I'm gone. I would never do that.
Somebody did that though.
Yeah.
They probably did it before I let them go. They just read the sign.
Yeah. So no, I left. I'm now solo, and I'm doing my thing. Yeah.
So what was the thought process behind you leaving and going solo?
I needed to step out there and just, helping. I was helping out with the team. I was a little overwhelmed. So me, I'm more of a, Reg is the perfect coach. He got way more patience than me, But he told me too, like, man, don't let them bother you. And I was pushing. I wanted to see results on, I wanted to see results for me as well as other agents as well. And I got to the point to where it was a little overwhelming for me. And I was like, you know what? Maybe if I step back and see what I can do on my own, I understand this a little bit better. So I stepped back, I stepped out, I did it on my own. Don't get me wrong, that shit, I mean.
Scary.
I was like, I'm about to do what? Like I'm about to get what? How much this cost? How much this cost? How much this cost? And I got out there, I was like, I can't look back now. I was like, I ain't going back. It's like when you leave mama's house, like, I'm not coming back. I mean, I'm in there every damn day, getting stuff out the refrigerator, but I'm like, I ain't going back. But I just hit the ground running, man. It's just something I knew I can do. Yeah. So
You trained up. Like you said, you came in there, you got
I mean, he had a hell of a support center because I still got him, So.
Yeah, here's the thing. When I had my brokerage, I expected my agents to get their broker's license and either stay and help grow us or leave and start their own. That was... If I see somebody motivated and I know them and I know they got the ability to do it, you expect that, right? The same with agents on the team. I don't hire people to be on my team forever. Either they're growing and they're growing as part of the team and they're growing the team with me, or they're going to go out and start their own thing. That's how you create a legacy because you got to keep pouring into other people. Because if we are just recruiting people just to be recruiting them,
be workers,
then it ain't
exactly.
You're not going. It's not going to come back to you
for sure
a certain way. So it's expected. And he didn't tell y'all we still flip houses together.
Yeah. I mean, we still business partners. We at the barbecues. My kids. That's uncle. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it ain't. It's
you just had
still
to get
love.
out and do. You had to grow, blaze your own trail. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm still picking.
So it
his
was
brain
a happy
every day.
separation. Like y'all got all of the visiting time with the children,
Man, I
worked
get that.
out.
I get that. I get every day somebody because people are still trying to. They starting to find out that I'm not on the team. They're like, I didn't know you left. How did Reg take it? I'm like, shit. You want to call him? Like, we good. Like, you know.
You know, I have to give y'all a hard time. I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, people kind of, may look at it as if it's like a bad thing, and it's not a bad thing. No. And then there's still a lot of collaboration that can happen. I think we all do a lot of that together.
Yeah.
So
here's I'm gonna give y'all like a prime example. So I had an agent that worked for me at Ritz. She left and she became her own broker. She called me every now and then for advice, more than she probably should, but she called me for advice. The other day she called me and was like, look, I got this property listed for rent over in Shelby Township and I'm overwhelmed. What should I do? I was like, I got an agent on my team that would take all them $1,200 and $1,500 lease tenants that you got. And she Tish just picked up a check today. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? From a old agent that became a broker. Now she's referring all these people to one of my agents that's on my team. You have to let it circulate. You have to pour into people. Eventually you get it back, or it may not come back to you directly. But that's just how it go.
Yeah. Like a church sign.
You know what's surprising to me though? Like that question, man. Like, how do he feel that you left? And I'm like, how the hell was he? It's just not my daddy. Like, like how was he? I mean, it makes me nervous. I'm like, do people always got bad blood when people leave? Y'all don't expect for people to lead a team? Like, I don't get that.
We know some people like that.
We know some people. And then even within the office or that team concept, sometimes create like grudges. Yeah. I've seen people lead teams and steal leads. I've seen people leave teams and it was just bad blood. So that's why you get people asking that. Yeah.
Man, I forgot I had a couple deals left, and then them checks was, man. And, my cap reset. So you're on the team, your cap is different. When you leave that team, your cap gets back to normal. Yeah, that nice check I thought was coming. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, all I can do was laugh. Like, I wasn't even, fortunately, I kind of set myself up to where I'm comfortable, but that check came, I'm like, oh, hell no, this is not no more. And I hit the ground running, man. So, yeah.
But it pays.
I had some of my best year. I mean, my best few months recently. Yeah.
So what did we learn today, guys?
You learn to do your research on what broker you go to.
Yes.
Find mentors and coaches and go play. If you're going to go with a brokerage, find a brokerage. Like, if they don't have top agents somewhere in the office, you have to reconsider that. And if if it's a small brokerage, usually that broker is working because that broker is the one doing most of the production. So then you got to ask yourself, well, who's doing the training, right? So I always compare our office to like playing with the Lakers, with the Kobe Lakers, or with Jordan and the Bulls. Like, it can be intimidating, and then you got all this training. You got people around that's really hustling. They gonna get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and practice, right? Yeah, that might make you feel some type of way because they're outperforming you. And some people, they don't want to put that work and commitment in, and that's fine. You can stay on the bench and still win a championship, right?
Yeah, it could be Robert Horry.
Or you can, right. No, Horry was making shots.
He was on the bench.
Clutch. But if you see Kobe in there at 4 a.m. practicing, then coming back and practicing again, then you like, okay, I know it's possible. And I see why he is what he is. Sure. So if you're going to pick an office, you need to find that Kobe in the office.
So you saying you Kobe?
No.
Yeah, that's what you said.
When I came here,
I was getting ready to say the same thing. That's Reggie.
No, he kind of is,
though. He is, though.
Based on the work ethic,
like,
you know what I mean? Yeah. Your work ethic.
Man, I ain't never heard nothing bad about you, said about you. And if they do, they weren't going to say it to me anyway.
Right. But ask some of my exes.
No, but I mean, it's for real. Like you said, yeah.
I try to be nice, but I'm changing some things up.
I mean, his walkout song ain't even nice. I mean,
I ain't no joke.
I think I ruffled some feathers recently.
Oh
And some
man.
people, I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah,
but
we ain't gonna talk about it, but
Man,
yeah.
we got so much stuff to talk about. I feel like we need to do
Clowns.
some more
That's all.
podcasts like before the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
anyways, Elijah, where can we find you at? Social media handles, phone number?
You know, I got a couple exes probably looking up. No, phone number still the same, 313-694-6970, and all social media outlets, either Elijah Cook or E Cook the Realtor. You can find me. Or Keller Williams Metro. Come holler at me.
That's what's up.
All right, and I'm stealing all his clients.
Yep.
So, that's a wrap.